I'm Dark Shades. I'm a dad. I'm a mature gamer. I don't apologize for either one of those things, especially when playing video games. The young whippersnappers have an edge on us when it comes to the video game gap, but that doesn't mean that we can't compete. Most dads only get about 5 hours a week to play, so we just have to maximize our time. This is my second video on Smite. If you're new to Smite, you know that there's some complexities to the game. It's not just running around killing stuff. In this video, we're going to talk about magical versus physical attack. We're also going to talk about jungling. I'm focused primarily on Joust 3 versus 3, and the reason that is I think that if you're starting out playing, that's probably the mode you should be in. This can get a little bit confusing. We're talking about the differences between a physical attack, a magical attack, or physical damage and magical damage. Every god has 5 attacks. That's not including any items you would purchase that you can activate that don't use mana. Your primary attack, or also called your auto attack, is a physical attack. It means it always does physical damage, whether it's a fireball shooting from your hand or a lightning bolt, or you're swinging a club or a hammer. It's always physical damage. This is important because towers and phoenixes can only be destroyed by physical damage. At the lower levels, you'll still see some individuals trying to cast magical spells onto towers and phoenixes. The other 4 attacks are mana abilities or abilities. Now this is where it gets a little confusing, as a mage will have mana abilities that do magic damage. A warrior will have mana abilities that do physical damage. That's important because the other gods can try to defend themselves by buying items that have either physical protection or magical protection. There are 5 classes of gods in Smite. 2 of those do primarily magical damage, and 3 of those do primarily physical damage. You want to be aware of this because, as an example, in a 3 versus 3 match, if there are 3 gods on one side that are either all physical, like let's say a warrior, a hunter, and an assassin, or there are 3 gods on the other side that are all magical, let's say 2 mages and a guardian, it becomes very easy for the other team to figure out how to defend against you. The key to this segment is understanding your god, what type of damage he does, when you're doing physical versus magical damage, and then how to defend against that. We'll talk about that in an items video later on. The jungle are areas outside of the main lanes that you're defending. In 3v3, there's jungles on either side of the main lane, and in Conquest, there's jungles woven all over in between each lane. In these areas, there are camps. There are camps that give you boosts in mana. There are camps that give you boosts in damage, attack speed camp, straight speed camp. There's some camps that give you just XP. Not only do they give you some type of benefit or boost, they also give you XP and gold. In a game where you win when you get more XP and gold than your opponent, you can do the math. I've noticed though in Joust 3v3, the camps don't seem to play as big of a role, but they should. You can take down camps quicker as a team, and being within the vicinity of the camp when the camp falls grants you XP and gold. One thing to be aware of though is that if you step outside the circle of the camp, the creep inside the camp's health will reset. So make sure that when tag teaming a camp, somebody always stays inside the circle. The next step is just understanding what camps you want to attack and what camps you need. If you're a mage, you want to get the mana camp early. If you're a hunter, you might want attack speed. You also want to clear the camps out as often as possible. The camps will regenerate as the game goes on. Hope you enjoyed this video. Part 3 is going to talk about laning principles primarily, how to defend the lane and push the lane. Thanks for watching.